Today we shall consider what it means to communicate in work and other professional contexts, how to communicate persuasively with readers and audiences in mind, and how to communicate ethically. These are important skills that you must master if you want to become a successful communicator. Writing and communication in job-related contexts differ from the writing you are probably used to from school. While the writing in school often serves to demonstrate that you understand the subject matter that you are supposed to learn, writing at work serves to effect some form of change. That is to say, professional communication is not primarily about you, but rather about the audiences you seek to influence. Your professional documents must achieve very specific job goals. They must address a variety of readers who may have considerably different perspectives from your own, and you will be working with many more document types and genres than you have experienced in your academic writing. When we consider writing for digital media context, as we will in this course, the picture gets even more complicated. No matter what type of communication you're working on, however, research has shown that professional organizations value certain writing skills above all others. Accuracy, clarity, conciseness, readability, usability, and correctness. You can train yourself to achieve these communication goals by considering professional writing as a process and not just a product. The process-oriented approach takes into account that writing is a form of thinking that spans the entire workflow from beginning to end. In order to achieve these goals, therefore, we must consider professional writing workflow a process that consists of several activity stages: planning, research, arrangement, drafting, revising, and editing. In actuality, the writing process is more cyclical than it is linear, so the research, arrangement, drafting, and revising stages must often be repeated many times over before a complex writing assignment is complete. The semester project that you will work on in this class is designed specifically to give you experience with writing as a process. I have mentioned already that professional communication is about writing for an audience in order to effect a desired change. Your professional writing must be rhetorical, that is to say, persuasive, to achieve its intended goals. Many writers make the mistake of not considering their readers, which can lead to miscommunication and ineffective writing. To help you understand the difference between what we call reader and writer-centered writing, think of it this way. Your writing should address what your readers need to know rather than what you want to say. Good reader-centered writing begins in the planning stages of the writing process. The more time you spend analyzing and understanding your audience and the particular needs that they have, the better and more effective your technical communication will be. For example, you may determine that your audience will be better served by an instructional video than a traditional text, and that will impact the entire writing and production process. Business readers are notoriously busy, and they usually want clear answers now. It is important that you determine exactly who they are and what their needs are by analyzing how much they know about your topic, what kind of expertise they have in the area, how interested they are in the topic, what your relationship to the readers might be, who else might read your communication, and what situation led to the need for the document you're about to produce. Based on your audience analysis, you can then determine the exact purpose of what you're writing and what you want to achieve with it. When you have a solid understanding of the purpose for why you're writing something, you can then plan the content more effectively. What ideas should you use to achieve the goals of your message? What ideas should you omit? And how can you arrange your ideas most persuasively? The 6-step writing process that I discuss here will help you produce effective technical communication that will be of benefit to your readers. In the planning phase, you start by analyzing the writing situation so you understand exactly why you need to write and what your writing needs to achieve. Professional writing is not simply about compiling information about a subject. It needs to have a clear rhetorical goal. Next, you research and choose content for your project based on your purpose and what your readers need to know. It is critical that you always keep your purpose first and foremost in your mind as you research your project. The research will continue throughout your entire writing process, so don't think you need to finish it before you can move on. Arrangement of the content that you select is important for the rhetorical effectiveness of your project. You need to decide the order in which to present your points and ideas and how to use research to back up your claims and recommendations. Outlining, mind mapping, and storyboarding are all good ways to help you arrange your content and identifying gaps that must be attended to. Drafting is the stage where you begin to actually craft and formulate the content of your document or project into sentences or paragraphs. There is no right way to draft, and each person works differently. You should draft in a way that works for you. The main point about drafting is not to get bogged down in technicalities such as grammar and style. Simply write with the basic goal of getting your ideas and main points into writing. Many writers and students in particular does not incorporate a revising stage in their writing process. This is a big mistake. If you consider that writing is actually a way of thinking about your subject matter, then you will realize the need to revise your thoughts as you gain more insight through your drafting and ongoing research. In the revising stage, you will also begin to consider elements such as completeness, style, visuals, and design. As part of the revision process, it can be helpful to share your work with others to get their perspectives and insights. The final part of the writing process is editing. At this stage of your process, your document should be pretty much complete, and that is when you turn your attention to the mechanical issues such as grammar and spelling. Make sure that you do a good and thorough job here. Don't just trust your word processor's grammar or spell checker. Readers can be very unforgiving when it comes to typos and bad grammar. So if you cut corners, it will effectively ruin much of your hard work that you put into the design and crafting of your document. In the workplace, what you write does not only reflect on you, but also on your organization or company. It is your responsibility to always consider the ethics of your work. In class, unethical practices can lead to low grades and dismissal from the university. In the workplace, however, unethical behavior can lead to negative consequences, not only for yourself, but also for your discipline, your profession, your academic institution, your employer, your colleagues, and most importantly, the end users and readers of your work. Professional organizations will have codes of conduct and ethical guidelines that you should familiarize yourself with. Some of the things you should think about when it comes to recognizing and avoiding unethical communication include plagiarism and theft of intellectual property, deliberate use of imprecise and ambiguous language, misleading visual illustrations, manipulation of numerical data, promotion of prejudice, and uncritical or one-sided use of information. Thanks for watching.